welcome back to the stock market update video. This is where we do price analysis and trend analysis on QQQ, S&P 500, Tesla, Nvidia, Apple, Amazon, Google, Microsoft, and Meta. And we'll be looking at the most likely scenario where price will be heading into later next week, as well as support and resistance levels to potentially play off of. I'll be doing the commodities video tomorrow, so make sure to check that out. And there's a free Discord link in my bio, so feel free to join if you guys come to just chat and we're talking about stocks. All right, let's get started. So we're looking at the data. PCE data come in today was aligned, so nothing surprising today. And for next week, we have the Wednesday jam pack of data as well as the FOMC meeting. So Jerome will be having a Q&A session as well as the rate decision, but so far is a 99.9% chance of it being a rate hold. And we can just look at the probability here, so you can see that. And still similar for the rest of the year into May, it's going to be a rate hold. Our first cut would be in June. So obviously this would shift if we continue to get better inflation data or not. All right, let's take a look at the market technicals today. So today we had an inside bar, so it's pretty indecision. If it wasn't for QQQ, the S&P 500 would have probably rolled over and had a big crash. But due to Amazon having good earnings, holding up pretty much the whole market today, you can see in the morning, we had a decent move here on an hourly uptrend confirming. And then we just hit that 348 resistance from yesterday. Couldn't get over it, rolled over. And so far, it's pretty much an inside bar. So what are we looking for on Monday? So I want to see us break above this range, the sideways channel, which is pretty much a 4-hour bear flag at the moment. Yep. So we pretty much haven't gone over the 0.382 mark. So if we stay below 0.382 on while flagging down here, this may be a potential 4-hour bear flag, which is a similar situation over here. Even though this is not a bear flag, but you get the idea where it's on a downtrend, flags below the 38.2% mark, it could be potentially a bear flag. So 2 questions here. Can the bulls confirm a 4-hour uptrend, or are they going to have a bear flag? So this initial bounce is big enough now where this needs to be the pivot that's being set. So this candle is low, 344. I want to see that low hold, and for the bulls to potentially have a chance to confirm a 4-hour trend change if we do break above this candle's high, which is 348.84. So if we both can do that, then we can negate that 4-hour bear flag, as well as confirming a 4-hour uptrend, which increases the probability of more follow through from the bulls. And the bear side scenario, if we cannot get over this high, which is that 348 high, then this would just be a 4-hour bear flag forming. And if we do break Thursday's low at 342.35, this low, that's a bear flag confirming and following through. Obviously, we don't know how much follow through we will get, but scenarios that we'll be looking at here, especially with the bear flag or negating the bear flag with an 4-hour uptrend. We'll see about that. And we still need to get over this EMA 12. You can see we got it over there, but never closed above it, really. Same thing over here. You can see the rejections of this tail looking line, EMA 12. So as long as we can't get over that, it's probably going to be a bear flag. So if we can bounce back above it, get over the tail looking line, confirming a 4-hour uptrend, back above this downtrending maroon looking falling wedge, which is prior support. This maroon looking line, as you can see, is prior support. It's going to act as resistance now as well. So we have pretty much 3-4 things bulls need to do, and bears just have that bear flag. So bears are still absolute control at the moment, and burden on the bulls to negate all this resistance and bear flags for us to potentially say we may get a bounce follow through into November. If we can't even get over above this downtrending resistance, then bulls aren't really going anywhere at all. So we'll see about that. See So now, bears are still in full control, and we'll see how it shapes up on Monday. All right, let's take a look at SPY. So SPY, you can see a ton more weaker today. This was a, let's see if it's a bear flag follow through. 4 hour. From the top of the move to the bottom move. We did slightly get over it, but pretty much the idea of a bear flag is a shallow retracement, meaning a weak bounce, shallow retracement, and then breaking the low again, confirming. So you can see SPY is a lot weaker, where QQQ actually held its level lows from yesterday while SPY was red. This was another flagging here, bear flag breaking through. So it's because SPY has a lot of sectors, and the healthcare sector is super weak right now. XLV and XLF, which is the financial sector, is also very weak, dragging down SPY. And so SPY has absolutely zero signs of any kind of bounce, while QQQ has a potential, right? Big enough bounce. Yeah, 2%, close to 2% bounce. Big enough bounce where they can potentially come from a 4-hour uptrend. SPY has zero bounce, right? We're still dropping. So no signs of it at this moment. Any signs of bulls on SPY. Can't even confirm. This is not even big enough bounce for an hourly uptrend to confirm. Yeah, this is only at 0.28%. So at least I want to see the bulls close, break above this tail looking line. See, we're just kind of like trending down on it as well. 12 EMA for hourly trend. I want to see us to break above that. I want to see a big enough bounce above the tail looking line. Then we can potentially say we get a slightly little pullback to see if we can confirm the hourly uptrend. But at this moment, absolute full bear control at the moment for SPY. We're getting a slightly a divergence here on the RSI, but that doesn't mean anything to me. You can see this low is close over here. We made a new low, but RSI is making a new high. So there's a slight divergence, bullish divergence on RSI, but that won't change. That alone won't change the trend because of that, but keep note of that and to see if this may be the area where bulls may show up for that trend change. 4-hour RSI, let's see here. 4-hour RSI slightly divergence as well. You can see made a new high here, so we'll see about bulls pretty much to show up here. See if any strong support in this level. Yeah, pretty much hitting that 410 zone right here is a level where bulls need to show up essentially on Monday. And because 410s, this strong resistance, prior resistance, cluster of it being active support and resistance. Same thing over here, cluster of it being active support and resistance. So this level is super key, which is the top of this bottom structure that we were trading in 2022 for a very long time. So if we cut through that, that's going to start to feel like a crash than a correction. So currently we are in correction territory because we're over 10%. And we'll see pretty much bulls need to show up right here on this spot. Otherwise, it's going to start to get pretty ugly. If we start to cut through that, we're probably coming down to, let's see. I know that's a big gap, but we're probably going to come down to close to this area, 402, as well as this 407, if we do cut through this 410 area. But personally, I think even if we're going to cut through 410, we're going to get a little bit of slight bounce first, just like we did over here on a daily bear flag. We big drop, daily bear flag, and then confirmed. So if we're going to cut through 410, my guess is we're probably going to bounce a little bit first. So we'll see the size of the bounce when we get it. Is it a shallow bounce and a daily bear flag, or we get a big enough bounce where bulls may get a chance to shape up the uptrend? Something like this, big enough bounce where they can have a chance to confirm the uptrend. Red flag here was a big enough bounce, confirm the uptrend right there, and super lacking follow through, and then we just rolled over. So we'll see if how what the size of this bounce here. If it's a shallow one, then we may get a bear flag again, confirming. So we'll see about that. And because we're under the 200-day moving average, it's starting to get a little bit ugly. So I don't want the last thing bulls want to see is we stay below the 200-day average too long. Ideally, we come back up, retest it, but right now we have no signs of that yet, even on this long-term time frame or any kind of bounce. But we are at key levels of support. That's all we can say. Slight divergence and a key level support. And QQQ is looking a lot better than SPY. So those are the hopes for the bulls. And for the bears, you guys are at absolute full control at the moment. No signs of bouncing on SPY. But on QQQ, you guys might need to start covering the shorts if we do start confirming that far uptrends and breaking above these resistance zone right there. But right now, still in bears are very comfortable. And this is also a daily bear flag, but at the moment it didn't follow through. It's just another inside bar today for Tesla. We need to break 202.151 low for that to be a confirmed bear flag. At this moment, it's just inside bar, so no signs of bulls at this moment yet. You can see this is a tiny range. It will break Monday. You can see it's just pretty much at the end of its pattern already for the tightening range. And whichever this way breaks, we'll know if this breaks here, that's a confirmed bear flag. If we break below here, we break above, we have negated that bear flag, and this may potentially be a temporary bottom for Tesla's drop. But given the macro environment at the moment, it's definitely tough to say which way we will break. If you can confirm that 4-hour uptrend, then this would probably negate that bear flag. But we'll have to see first. Tesla can do that. It is quite a bit oversold, but oversold can stay oversold before it decides to make a move. All right, so look at Nvidia. Nvidia is still holding that 400. So as long as Nvidia does not break 400, head and shoulders will probably get negated. So we'll see about that. Today it's up 0.43, so it's all right. Take a look at the hourly charts. Not much going on. Pretty much just traded sideways within the range today. Yeah, as long as it continues to hold that 400 zone, it negates that head and shoulders as well. But I want to see bulls play some offense. Really getting zero offense going on, just full defense. Because you can see we're not really moving anywhere, right? Played defense, bounced, no offense, came back again. Played defense, bounced, no offense, came back again. Played defense, bounced. So bulls aren't really doing anything much either, other than playing 400 defense. And as long as it keeps doing that, every time it comes down here for 400, guess what? The supply of 400 gets depleted. So bears keep on bringing it down over and over. Buyers over here just get used up, right? At some point, there's going to be no more buyers for 400. Then we'll just get it roll over like that. And so you can see bulls play offense and get more buyers interested, or FOMOing or whatever when with price moving up. Otherwise, buyers at 400 is going to start to get depleted if too many times testing that support over and over. Same thing for resistance, right? When we test the resistance over and over, sellers get depleted, and then we break resistance. So we'll see about that on next week. So Apple pretty much just bouncing off of this falling wedge. Support, resistance, big falling wedge. So we know where Apple's going to be trading if it continues to bounce between these levels. So bounce off of that yesterday, and pretty much just an inside bar today. So nothing too out of the norm for today. Let's see. We did confirm an hourly uptrend. So that's a good sign here. Hourly uptrend here, confirm right there in the morning, and right now just sideways for the rest of the day. So we might get a little bit more follow through on the upside on next week, but its earnings is Thursday, so probably a little bit more muted action into its earnings. Probably I'm going to say trading within 173 to this 167 zone before its earnings, because of 173 is a key resistance. So we're probably not going to get over that before earnings. Yeah. Unless the market really rolls over, I don't see us breaking all the way down here or through this before earnings as well. So yeah, we'll be looking at these levels for apples, see if it continues to trade within that range. Amazon, stellar earnings yesterday. Gap up, back above this mirror looking trend line, so it's a good sign. Back tested it as well in the morning. Remember that. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Now we're back above it. Back tested again. Good. Came straight up to the $130 resistance mark. You see 130 used to act as strong resistance. See this part? 130 was super strong resistance. Rejected over here 7 times. So it does make sense. We slightly rejected it, making a such a big move here. 10% into straight resistance, right? So slight pullback is normal. And we want to see a 4-hour uptrend confirmed for Amazon here. That was just one straight 10% move. So if we get a pullback, let's see if we confirm the 4-hour uptrend back to Amazon's favor. All right, take a look at Google. Google still bear flagging here. No signs. Actually, it confirmed the bear flag here, actually, this morning. I think I talked about this one yesterday, where it may confirm, break, and then V-shape back above this, so negating the bear flag. So this is a bear flag right here, flagging, broke the 121 level, confirming the bear flag, lack follow through, V-shape, bounce, retest that 121, and then slight bounce. So that's a good sign. This may be just bulls. Bears showing us they're a little bit exhausted, and there's just no more follow through from the bears. And then we close above 121, so it's good. But still want to see some bulls playing offense here and break above the sideways range right there from that flag. But so far it's a good sign that it's a lack follow through from the bears over here. So that's one initial good sign for the bulls, but without any offense, definitely not going anywhere. Decent chance we may bounce here. So yeah. All right. Microsoft here it was doing well in the morning, and then it just rolled over. But it was relative strength in the morning, hit resistance 335, and then just rolled over to relative weakness. Became the weakest tech of the whole pack. Back into this range again. So we will be looking at to see if we can get a close above the mirror looking resistance line, as well as get a close above 330. Yeah, we're pretty much back in this chop downtrending resistance line again. So we'll see if we can finally get a close above it. This looks like a mess here, but yeah, no signs of. I want to see Microsoft confirm a far uptrend first, but this just looks like a tiny range here now, like an equilibrium. Probably going to shape up like that, and before it breaks or not. So we'll see if it breaks. All right, Meta here is looking good because it bounced off. All right, let's take a look at Meta here. So Meta, decent bounce from yesterday's support, very clear support. So this downtrending mirror looking line right here is the current support that we are looking at. So you can see bounce, see a big wick, bounce as well again here, bounce right there again. So yesterday was a big bounce, and we got follow through from the bulls. Pretty much went from support straight to resistance. You can see this downtrending looking line is their strong resistance here. Rejection twice, another rejection, another 4 times rejection, and let's look at the 5th time. So as we are testing the 300 sideways resistance, horizontal resistance at the same time, which coinciding with the downtrending resistance. So bull's not getting over it initially, very reasonable. Doesn't mean we're not going to get over it, but a initial pullback, it's very reasonable after a 7% bounce from the lows. So let's take a look to see in the hourly charts to see what is going underneath it when we do reject it. So we hit it here in the morning, right there, 300 mark, pulled back, and then bounced. So no signs of huge red flags for me at the moment because it's just a slight pullback, and we have bounced back to striking distance for Meta to potentially retest it again on Monday. So yeah, we were just pretty much 1% away from that $300 resistance again. If we pull back over here like that, and then close all the way down here, then I will say that is a clear rejection. We may get a tightening equilibrium like that, but because of the bounce, end of the day, we are back into the striking distance of 300 again. Chances of it us retesting again is very likely. We'll see about that on Monday. See if we can get over it or not. Yeah, big bounce today. Decent day for Meta. All right, that's all I got for you guys. If you like, share, and subscribe, you guys made it this far, and I'll do the commodities video tomorrow. And feel free to just come hang out in the Discord room, as well as if you guys have any questions, feel free to comment below, and